and having that tension, added tension. Fibromyalgia is all about tension, and we need to kind of surrender to it a little bit. And it kind of forces you to live intuitively, which is the next thing that I wanted to say. When it comes to your diet, when it comes to your movement, listen to yourself. Do I feel kind of like I should, my body kind of wants a few more healthy carbohydrates today? Well, then maybe I should indulge and give it what it needs. Does it feel like maybe it doesn't want breakfast right now? It doesn't want dinner right now? Then fine. Then I don't have to feel a pressure, to eat dinner. Maybe my body's working a little harder right now and it just doesn't want the added work of eating the dinner. Save it for tomorrow. Maybe you were hoping to lift weights today, and maybe yoga is going to be a better idea, or a nice walk is a better idea, or taking a nap. I remember before I was diagnosed, I was taking a 2-hour nap every day, and I had no idea why I needed to, and I was almost slurring my words as I would lay down on my bed after teaching for 4 or 5 hours. I just was very difficult to kind of understand for somebody as busy as I've always been, and enjoying busyness. So going back to that mental mindset and being positive. Now, sometimes it's helpful to talk to somebody that knows a little bit about what you're going through. And that's who I am to a lot of my clients. Nearly all of my clients are suffering from an autoimmune condition or a hormone condition, anything having to do with a thyroid, blood sugar condition. And they often feel really alone in it, or they feel like if they're discussing it, that they're complaining. I feel like that myself. And I too have somebody that oversees and helps guide my health. And it's very difficult sometimes to step outside. And support groups, I do like the idea of support groups, but then there's a little dangerous side to them. Sometimes they just become an opportunity to share your list of symptoms and how fibro has changed your life, or chronic pain has changed your life, and it becomes just a woe is me and a more negative environment. So if it is an uplifting environment, like when you can look across a room, or you can be a part of me, even if it's a social media group on Facebook or something, if you just find comfort in looking across a room per se and going, wow, as I look into everybody's eyes, I know, and they know. And what are some things that we can do to lift each other up? Because we do have our ups and downs, and they're not on schedule a lot of times. So let me tell you something about fibromyalgia that's really, really important. It is, if there are any consistencies or patterns in your condition, make note of those. And then, I'm not saying talk yourself into them, but at least kind of be aware with some of your planning. For me, I'm on the very front end of perimenopause, meaning that my periods have just started to become a little bit irregular. But for those of you that have really regular periods right now, oftentimes the week leading into your period is an opportunity for flare with fibromyalgia. And that's because your hormones are kind of, rising and dipping. And so when that happens, we tend to get a little bit of stress, PMS. PMS is often a flaring time. Now the flares have different ranges. Some of them, it's on the couch or in the bed, and it's kind of getting away from everything. And sometimes it's just like a general, this isn't a good day. But knowing these things about your body is actually going to make living with fibro a lot easier. For example, if you were going to go on vacation for a week and it was a very active vacation, maybe going the week before you start your menstrual cycle, if that is your pattern for flares, won't be a great idea. And let's talk about that a little bit, vacation. I no longer have endurance in certain areas that I used to have, and that would be back-to-back activities. So my husband and I went to Squaw Valley and Tahoe for a little time just to ourselves while our youngest son was at a a youth camp during summer, and we did cycling and we did hiking, and we were so very busy. And I tell you what, I took naps because the individual event wasn't that crazy. However, my body recovers at a different rate than it used to. So honoring those changes is really important. And being able to talk to the people that are around you, about, can we space that out? Maybe I don't want to go cycling and hiking on the same day. Maybe tomorrow or resting. Let's talk a little bit about relationships. Sometimes dealing with chronic pain and something like fibromyalgia is very lonely business. What most people don't understand that have never suffered from chronic pain is that it's never ending. There's never a complete, hey, where did it go? Kind of a thing. It's always there. They might be able to identify with having the flu for a day or two or a few days, or burning their hand. Oh, this bothered me for a couple hours or something. But the constant. My 13-year-old said to me yesterday afternoon, he says, "Are you okay, Mom?" And I smiled and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he says, "Well, you look like you're holding something back. Are you sure?" He's right. People that suffer from chronic pain are constantly holding something back. You're holding the pain back. You're trying to hold yourself together. You're trying to smile and be a normal person. You don't want to give into that pain. And we don't. We don't give into the pain. There are options with pain medications and anti-inflammatory drugs and immunosuppressants. That is personally not the way that I particularly like to handle my chronic pain. It is costly in the side effect category, and you find yourself on not 3 medications, but maybe 13 different medications. And then the rest of your body starts to kind of fall apart because of it. So my method of handling my body is more natural. We've talked about it in the past. I love CBD oil, the non-psychoactive component of the cannabis plant. And it's very anti-inflammatory, and it's also great for anxiety. Because I tell you what, when you're in a constant level of pain, you have a low or short fuse a lot of the time. Short fuse. Photosensitivity, that's a new one for me. Brightness. I'm going to get some new prescription sunglasses, because of it. Also to sound. I'm finding my husband, who's sat next to me for almost 30 years in a car, sometimes he turns and I shy away like he just shot a sound cannon at me. And I didn't recognize at first. I thought, why is he talking so loud? No, my senses are oversensitive, if that makes sense. And that's also mental endurance, mental sensitivity, meaning you can only take so much. And you need a break. And I recommend the breaks. I really recommend the breaks. Sometimes a break is like a nice walk of just breathing and walking and being out and restoring and healing nature. That works for me all the time. Another thing that works for me is doing something completely distracting yet relaxing, like playing my guitar. And that there's good days and bad days for that too, depending on how my hands are feeling, my fingers are feeling, my back, my shoulder, my wrist, and there's a bunch of different factors and how long I can sit down. So gosh, I'm getting rambly. Where was I with that? Oh, just honoring your body and your scheduling with your body and understanding that you have limitations like lack of endurance in certain areas, and that your friends and family just don't get it. They don't get it, and I know. Take a break from research. If you're anything like me, if you're a problem solver, you are constantly diving into research. And I don't think there's anything bad with learning. You're on a learning podcast right now, and I thank you for that. And I hope that this blesses you and helps you or a friend or family member. I love when you guys share and forward these. And then comment or send me an email and let me know what you think, or if you'd like me to go over something. But friendships, they kind of forget. They kind of forget what you're going through. If you're like me, you don't sit around and talk about it all the time. Now, the person that I talk to the most about it would be, of course, my husband. And a lot of that, I hope, is more investigative and more learning and education talk. And I tell you what, I'm so thankful for him, because some days I just can't fake it till I make it. I just can't have mindset. The mindset is not working right now. The smiling isn't working right now. The moving isn't working right now. The going outside isn't working right now. Sometimes it's grabbing pillows and blankets and laying on the couch. And he gets it. And I tell you what, I get tired of that. I get tired of being that person. And I'm so glad that I have him here and that he understands. And I tell you what, when I'm feeling great, I let him know that I'm feeling great, and then I want to go do things, which is important. But those are the closest to you. They just don't understand, and often it is hurtful, when they don't believe in your condition and the changes that you have to make in your life, that they don't support those. And I'm sorry if you're going through that. I've been through that and partially going through that right now. And, it's just the way of it. And you're not asking anything of them. And, but it would be nice to get that emotional support. What else did I want to talk about? The pain, the eating clean is very important. Inflammation loves sugar. Make sure you get your water as well. So stay away from sugar. And sugar comes in all kinds of different forms, even healthy forms like the beautiful fruits that are coming off the trees right now. So I hope you're eating healthy fats. I hope you're eating clean, not processed, chemicalized. I call them Franken foods. I hope you're eating foods closest to their natural state, and fresh foods, good quality. Organic foods matter. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef matters. And really tune into your body and look for those patterns and have a good heart about it. This is your life, and it's totally up to you to have a good life, even though you're suffering. You can totally have fibromyalgia and live a good life. I work every day. I see anywhere from 5 to 8 private clients every single day. I just love it. And that is the last thing that I want to say is do something for other people. It's amazing how taking your mind out of your autoimmune self and your challenges that you are trying to manage and listen to, and just put some service on somebody else. I'm really, really grateful that the type of work that I am in and how it is continuing to evolve is all about stopping and listening and loving on other people. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So I've enjoyed our talk today. I hope you have too. And I hope that kind of gives you a little clarity as to maybe that friend. I believe right now it's 1 in 3 people are dealing with a chronic illness these days. Maybe that's going to open your eyes to a little bit of their world, or maybe that's going to kind of make you smile and you're going to feel a connection and you're not going to feel so alone because this is what you're going through right now. So I'm totally here for you, and this journey is still a journey. It may not be the one that we thought that we were going to live, but we can absolutely live well, and we can still live strong and have fun. And it sounds silly, but it kind of is what it is, right? It is what it is. And so make it the absolute best that you can. All right. Have a great day.